Hello scrappers! In this video I'll be scrapping a couple of boards I recently bought, and I will collect all the palladium containing capacitors on them. They can be different color, they can be different size, but what is common between them is that they all contain palladium. So let's start scrapping. I will carefully remove them from the boards because the point is not to cut and collect legs. Point is to collect only the capacitors, and I will keep them in this glass cup. So as you can see, some of the capacitors are huge, other are not so big, like this here. And when I scrap such electronic elements, I usually use the smallest cutters that I have, because it's not easy to between the elements to cut only the capacitors. The rest of the board can be sold as scrap, or even some elements can be additionally removed for gold recovery, for palladium recovery, etc. But let's start with the capacitors. As you can see, they're of different size and color, but most of them contain palladium, some of them even platinum. How I know this? You can check if capacitors contain just aluminum foil or contain palladium platinum when you break the capacitors. If you take one of them and break in half, you will find MLCC inside. If this is a capacitor containing only aluminum foil, then when you break it in half, you will find inside just aluminum foil, no MLCC, and that's how you can distinguish them. Okay, this first board is ready. Besides these capacitors, you see ICs with nice gold plating, and here we have nice surprise. These are 4 transistors and one more IC that contain gold. It's a good board, but all these elements should be removed heating the board. So I keep it aside for gold recovery, and I'll move to the second board. Here you have different types of capacitors. Look at these green ones. So they are not so thick, they are much smaller, as you can see, but they have very good palladium content. Let's remove them quickly. And these big ones, this is probably the best you can get. These are fantastic capacitors in terms of weight and palladium recovery. That's all. We have this more element here. It's adjustable resistor. It can be taken to take 0.01 gram of palladium from it, but that's all from this board. I put it aside for additional scrapping. Let's go to this one now. Here again, these are huge palladium containing capacitors. Let's quickly cut them. I try to keep the legs when I cut as short as possible, because I want to know what is the weight of the capacitors. I don't want to know what is the weight of the legs, and sometimes I even shorten the legs after I cut the capacitor. Also, if you are not into precious metals recovery, you can sell these capacitors. People buy palladium containing capacitors, and there are different ways to sell them. You can sell them as they are, as you can see here, or you can remove this ceramic or organic cover that makes their color and take the MLCCs inside. Then remove the solder and the legs, grind the MLCCs, get a powder, and probably you can get the highest possible price selling this powder after analysis of palladium content. And then you can sell also not palladium in this way, but in the analysis there will be also maybe silver. There can be also good amount of capacitors I got. There can be also platinum, couple of percentages. There can be silver, etc. So here what is left, we have these transistors. Some of them probably contain gold. Yes, maybe you can see it's gold inside. These ones also have gold under the cap. I will put this board aside for future scrapping. I remove the capacitors. What I first do with the boards when I'm scrapping, because this is the most valuable. And I want to take them first, not to heat them. Because when you start removing other elements, heating the board, these capacitors start melting or burning. Then you cannot read what is written on them. And if you want to sell them, you have issue, because people cannot read the text on these capacitors and cannot give you proper price, because it's not clear if they contain a lot of palladium or just small amount. Saying this, I can tell you palladium can vary from probably couple of percentages to something like 40, 60 grams per kilogram. Depends on the capacitors, depends on their size, depends on many things. So here I missed one. Let me cut this small one. Happens to miss some, and on the next stage, when I remove the gold containing elements, I see them and cut them before starting heating the board and burning everything on top with the heat gun. Okay, and one more. It's fantastic. It's really nice when you have such big capacitors, because it adds value super quickly. And we'll see at the end the weight. Anything else left here? We have these diodes. They contain small amount of gold. We have this here. These are transistors mostly. These here small ones. They also contain gold. But in general, that's everything I wanted to take from this board. I can put it aside. And now these are the capacitors I obtained. Let's take the scale and check what is the weight. Okay. First the glass cup. Let's zero it like this, it's quicker. And then let's measure 32.75 grams. That's very good result from these crappy old boards. And as I said, you can sell these capacitors, or you can just process them for palladium, up to you. But these are top quality palladium containing capacitors, and this is fantastic result from these 4 crappy old boards. Thanks for watching, keep scrapping, and don't forget to recover your precious metals at the end. Bye!